Good afternoon, folks. Big Bo with RVs with Big Bo in Parkway RV Center. Got a nice trade-in we're going to review today. And of course, it's a brand that we've always done very well with. They have a very strong customer loyalty, and that is a Tiffin. Guys, today we're going to review is an older Tiffin, but a nice one, and it's bargain priced, a 2002 Tiffin Allegro. Guys, this is the 33 DA. Double slide, 76,000 miles, Workhorse chassis, Allison transmission. Dash air is cold, roof air is cold, refrigerator is cold, generator, everything works on it, guys. This is a nice unit. Folks just traded this in on a diesel. They bought it back in 2015, and been a good motor home for them, but they were ready to upgrade, and here it is, guys. And this is a, like I said, a 33 DA. The total overall length, 33 feet 11 inches long. We'll just call it 34 feet. Got the driver's side door, which is really just like an emergency escape. It's not the easiest thing to climb in and out of, but it's there. And you know, all in all, this is not a bad coach for a 20-year-old motorhome. I mean, the outside looks good. You know, this is the Tiffin. They're built in Red Bay, Alabama. One of the pioneers of the RV industry, Bob Tiffin. I mean, they're well known for quality over quantity. In fact, they only limit themselves to 6 motorhomes a day so they can control the quality that goes through Tiffin. Now, of course, recently bought out by Thor, but so I'm sure that number will go up. But back then, guys, they were only limited to 6 per day. That's why you don't see that many Tiffins hit the road or hit the market compared to like a Fleetwood or a Coachman or one of the mass-produced brands. This unit does have the HWH hydraulic leveling jacks. It's got a 5500 Onan gasoline generator with 880 hours on it, I believe. A couple of little things, guys. It is missing the spare. There's a little fiberglass cap that goes on this Continental spare tire that's missing. You know, I'm gonna sell it like that, guys. You know, you might be able to find one of them, or you might not. It does have a 5,000 pound tow capacity. Got a ladder with the extension. Of course, there should be a dome fiberglass roof on a Allegro these years, if memory serves me. Got your second slide out right here, awning topper. Got the metal guard, patio awning, 6-gallon water heater. Tires look good. Stripe for a 20-year-old motorhome looks great. I mean, I'm sure up close they may look a little faded, but I mean, for a 20-year-old motorhome, this thing is really in very well cared for condition. Let's look inside. Of course, you got the power steps. I've got it hooked up to 50 amp electrical power, but the generator does run and put out great. It's just a little bit low on fuel. I got to put some fuel in it. It has original carpet. Everything's original in here, guys, and that's what I like about it. Got the original tile floor that's not cracked anywhere. Original carpet. You know, you got a couple little stains, mostly where they've had the slide out in for a while and put a little spot on the carpet from that. But other than that, guys, I mean, these were built back then to be about as high end as you can get in a gas motorhome. In fact, back then, these things cost as much new as some of the entry-level model diesel pusher motorhomes did back then. So backup camera works great. 76,404 on the miles. I mean, the dash air is cold, and when you're looking at a 20-year-old motorhome that has a cold dash air, that's a good sign that the previous owners have taken very good care of it, because they've obviously had to repair that to keep that running. You're not going to find a 20-year-old motorhome that's with a factory air conditioner, front air conditioner that works, that hasn't been touched before. That's impossible. That's hard to find in a 10-year-old motorhome. TV, of course, been upgraded, flat screen. Most of the LED, most of the lights have been changed out with LEDs. Both these are flex steel captain's chairs, very comfortable. They both swivel for party seating, no smoke or pet odors. Dash looks good. I don't see any pick marks from cats or dogs or anything like that. It's a padded vinyl dash, so it'd be pretty obvious of that. Solid hardwood cabinetry, guys. You can see the headliner looks good. It's got double ducted roof airs that will literally freeze you out of here. Let's see. That's, of course, I know it's not as cold or hot as it's been, but it's still close to 80 degrees outside, so we've got some good airflow going. Tile floors look great. You've got a 3-burner stovetop, double basin sink, microwave, and a convection oven, as well as your one down here. Table and chairs, it's got the original books and manuals. That's getting hard to find anymore. Again, guys, very high quality build construction from Tiffin in this thing. Of course, that's why Tiffin has got such an incredible customer following. Let's see here. I had it on long enough for this to get cold, but the refrigerator hadn't got there just yet. But it does work. Pantry with adjustable shelves. Walk-through bathroom. When they change the lights in here, I don't know why they didn't put a brighter LED bulb in here. I would probably put a little bit brighter bulb in here, just because that's the only light for this vanity area. But you do have a big medicine cabinet. Sink, everything looks good. Water closet. Got one little stain up here on the headliner, guys, and this is probably from a leak that happened a decade ago or longer. Obviously been long fixed, because we had some torrential rains yesterday, and this is not a fresh leak. There's no water dripping, no signs that this is fresh. That's probably been fixed many years ago, and it just happens to still have a stain on the headliner. It's coming from that vent. It's a good thing about a fiberglass roof. The only time you have to really worry them about those leaking is if you got a vent or an antenna or something like that stuck through it and you didn't seal it good. You do have a neo-angle stand-up shower skylight. That's just how it came in. You can see around the skylight, doesn't look bad at all. If anything, guys, if I had to pick it, maybe the showers. And then we haven't cleaned it yet, but maybe the shower needs to be scrubbed pretty good. The door, it's got a little calcium deposit on it, so it's not as clear as it should be. But got a nice, cozy rear bedroom, and this is a Queen Island bed. Still got the original bedspread, which is unusual, but still in good shape. Got a TV back here. Closets on each side, so you've actually got a decent little area back here. Forgot to turn the air on back here, which I know it works. Wow, yeah, it really puts some air out now. But anyway, guys, got a solid sliding door for privacy. You got a hairdryer right here. I guess if you want to use this for a little get ready area, but you can also use it for a desk or something like that. Drawer space. I mean, you can sit here on the edge of the bed, do what you need to do right here. That's no problem. Or you can put one of the chairs in here. There's your remote control, little mirror. All the day night shades are in great shape. I mean, got the lighted closets. This is cool, guys. I'm gonna tell you, they don't build them like this anymore. 33 DA Workhorse. 2002. Does have the bigger chassis. It's a 20,700 pound GVWR Workhorse chassis. If I remember right, they offered that and like a 17,000 GVWR. Of course, the heavy duty one is always better on anything you buy. Well, with that one, this would be the first year of the Allison 1000, which should be a 5-speed automatic transmission. And it does have the 8.1 Vortec V8, 340 horsepower. I don't know if I mentioned that to you or not. With 455 pound-feet of torque. This thing, I mean, it ought to get up and go just fine. And really, guys, 76,000 miles on a 20-year-old motorhome is low miles, because at national average for RVs is 5,000 miles a year. So by the national average, this thing could have 100,000 miles and still not be considered high miles, because that's average miles. But so it's low mileage, great price at $29,900. Guys, the slide outs work, the refrigerator, freezer's getting cold, air conditioners are working, generator works. It's ready to go. Dash air's cold, no check engine lights. Guys, it's all you got to do is come in, pay for it, take it home. If this is something you think you're interested in, give us a call, 706-965-7929. Come out and take a look at it. Let us know you're coming, guys. Try to give us a day's notice, and we'll plug it into power and have the refrigerator cold for you and let you do your own inspection, of course. And, of course, you're always welcome to hire an inspector. Of course, keep in mind, guys, like any older RV, it is 20 years old. I mean, I'm sure this thing's perfectly usable just like it is, but, you know, older RVs, they're always going to be there's always going to be little projects to do on them. And, of course, that's true with any RV. It doesn't even have to be an older RV. Believe me, I'm still got a ton of little projects on mine I'm working on. So, and I've had it for months. That's part of owning one, guys. But I think this one's a great deal for what it is. I think it's very clean. I think it's very nice for the money. It's an excellent build quality. I mean, this thing, compared to a lot of other brands out there, this is a lot better built, even if it is a few years older. And it's been well cared for too. That's a good thing about it as well. Anyway, guys, thank y'all for watching. I just wanted to review this one. I've always had a thing for Tiffins and the older Tiffins especially. These things just hold up so well compared to most other brands when they get this age. I mean, it's I promise you this, guys, you can take a 2022 or 21 model Thor and look at it, or a Forest River or something like that, look at it 20 years from now. I guarantee you it won't look near as good as this 2002 Tiffin looks like now after it's 20 years old, or it won't hold up near as well. So anyway, guys, if this is something you want, I do suggest calling and making sure it is available. I would suggest calling, leaving a deposit. 706-965-7929 if you're interested. You can email sales@parkwayrvcenter.com, but it's always better to call for faster service. Emails get answered once a day. Phone calls get answered all day. So, you know, your email might not get answered for 24 hours, where your phone call gets answered instantly, as long as you call during regular business hours. So, do suggest calling. Because, trust me, guys, this is something somebody will probably call, leave a deposit on, that lives halfway across the country or further, buy it sight unseen, because there's just so little. Everything I get, guys, in a motorized RV for under 30 grand just sells within hours or a day at the most. It's crazy. This is a great price range. This is a great unit. It's a great quality unit for that price. If it's something you think you're interested in, guys, give us a call. 706-965-7929. Yes, we do have nationwide delivery available. Yes, we have some financing available on an older unit, guys. A lot of the banks, you get past 10 years or 12 years on the year model, they don't really want to finance much on it. So I do have one lender that'll do a 2002, but it may be a little bit higher rate. And I always recommend to everybody, guys, whether it's 2002 or 2022, always check with your bank or credit union to see what kind of loans they offer on RVs, you know, rates and terms, so you have that base of comparison to see what the dealer can do. Because, guys, here's the thing about most dealerships: financing is a big source of income from them. And yes, that's right, guys, most dealers, especially a big box franchise corporate dealers like Rip Off World and other ones, the guys, they thrive on their financing. They care more about how much profit they make on financing than they do profit on the front end or the markup on the RV. In other words, they might make a few $1,000s on the front end, which is the difference between the dealer cost and what the dealer sold the RV for. But they're going to make 10, 12, 15 grand on the back end, which is profit from financing. And you wonder how they do that. Well, it's simple, guys. They've already worked deals out with the lenders that they use. They're dealing directly with the bank. You go in, you fill a credit application out, their finance manager sends it to a bank that'll get it done and make them the most profit, even if it costs you more on interest, and they actually mark the interest rate up because they're dealing directly with the bank, not you. So you have no idea what the bank's saying since you're not talking to them. You know, you're going through the middleman, which is a dealer. Well, the middleman's marking that stuff up, guys. They're getting you approved at a lower rate but charging you more, and the banks let them keep about 3/4 of that extra income for marking that rate up. Guys, when you, and it may not be on a 2002 as bad because there's just limited things you can do on a 2002 on financing, but when you're looking at one that's a little bit newer, guys, they can really sock it to you on, and you don't even know it, because you have to look at the total cost of ownership, what it's going to cost to buy the unit out the door price, what the interest charge on the loan is going to cost you. That's your total cost. Of course, I know not everybody keeps these things long enough to pay them off. You know, they'll keep them long enough till it doesn't suit their needs anymore, maybe 2 or 3, 4 or 5 years, 6 years, 7 years like the previous owners. And what they do is they just either trade it and let the dealer pay it off in the deal, or they'll sell it and pay it off when they sell it. So you have to figure out however long you keep it, what the interest is going to cost you, and that's your cost of ownership. But what dealers do, guys, we don't hear, guys, financing to us, we've been in business 53 years. You don't stay in business over half a century by treating people like that. These big corporate dealers, they only want to get you one time. They don't care if you ever come back. And this is another trade-in, guys. And, you know, I've always said this before. You can always tell what kind of dealership you're dealing with when you ask the salesperson, hey, show me your trade-ins. Not stuff you bought, but your actual trade-ins. When they say, well, we've got 400 RVs in the lot, we've got 2 trade-ins. Well, right there tells you that's not a good place to do business with, because A, either they're lowballing the people's trade-ins when they come in and they don't want to do business with them, or B, they're sticking people so bad when they buy the RVs that they're not able to trade them in because they owe too much on it. And that's a sign to give you caution right there. You look out here, guys, I've got probably 15, 20 trade-ins, and most of them are stuff that we sold years ago. In fact, I did a travel trailer yesterday I sold a few years ago. This unit, we didn't sell it originally back in 15, but we traded for it. So right there tells you guys we're a good place to trade with. That and all the other trade-ins we have out here. And when a dealer doesn't have any trade-ins, then yeah, I would be cautious about that, dealing with them. I'm just telling you, because that means they're trying to stick it to you, because they've stuck it to a lot of other people. That's why they can't trade, especially if it's like a corporate dealership. You know, one thing my grandfather taught me that stuck with me for pretty much my whole life, and you know, he started this place back in 1968, him and my grandmother, and a lesson he taught me among many others is big dealers don't become big dealers by giving people fair deals. And you may not always see how they're getting you, but here's the thing, guys, you go into a lot of these big dealerships on a $30,000 RV, you call the bank the next day, you owe $45,000 on it. And all you can think is, how did I get to that point? And trust me, guys, they get multiple people a day. They start talking payment. This is what people don't understand. You never shop payment. You do your research before you start RV shopping. You learn what interest rate is for your particular credit, you know, on average. You look up year models and how many years most banks finance at, and you can figure up your own payment before you even step foot in the dealership. And never shop payment. Always deal with the amount financed, because the amount financed is going to dictate your payment, guys. So always work on the amount financed, because when you come in and you say, hey, I want to buy an RV for $550 a month. Well, the RV you're looking at, they can probably get you for $450 a month. But they don't tell you that. So they're going to say, all right, for $550 a month, not only we're going to sell you this RV, but hey, we're going to give you an extended warranty. We're going to give you gap insurance, exterior interior protection packages, service contracts, da. And your payment's $550 a month, or $560 or $70. They always try to get you a little higher. And all those services they're adding to your loan, guys, is marked up. So you're looking at the payment amount. You're not looking at how much you're financing. What they're doing is like a gap insurance. You can get it through your auto insurance company for a fraction of what the dealer's charging you, because the dealer's paying the same thing you are for gap insurance, but they're marking it up, adding it to a loan and marking the interest rate up on the loan, making a double whammy, or extended warranties, or this or that. Yeah, a lot of that stuff, like that Xylon or whatever that outside treatment is that they try to push at you at the dealerships, is not worth the paper it's written on, guys. They say it comes with a warranty. Well, yeah, you got to read the fine print of that warranty. That's an old scam, been out for decades, guys. That if your RV gets faded with that stuff on there, you got to read the fine print. It doesn't repaint they don't repaint your RV. They just apply more of that crap that didn't protect your RV to begin with. It has nothing to do with the paint. It just says they'll reapply the product if your RV fades. So you know, you got to read, just because something says warranty on it, you got to read the terms of that warranty, because it may not be what you think it is. And trust me, guys, a lot more than that that they get you on. So never shop payment. Do your research, do your due diligence before you start RV shopping. The more informed consumer is a smart shopper, because you can spot the scams. You can spot them trying to pull the wool over your eyes. And here's the best thing to do, guys. If they try to do all this junk to you, best thing you can do is tell you, have a nice day, tear up my file, walk out, and go somewhere else and buy. Same way with fees, guys. You go to these dealerships that advertise a certain price, and they start adding this fee, dock fee, prep fee, processing fee, all this other nonsense, guys, that adds thousands of dollars to the advertised price. Best thing to do is walk out. All those fees are 100% dealer profit. Happy camper fees, freight fees, all that stuff, guys. Because it's a way for them to advertise a lower price, but charge you extra profit in the form of extra fees. So you're actually paying more than the advertised price, but they're disguising it with fees. So please be on your toes about that, guys. Here at Parkway RV Center, 53 years, we've never charged a fee. Never going to. The only fee we have to charge is applicable sales tax, of course. And of course, we also charge, because you are a if you are a Georgia resident, we charge a $100 highway impact fee and a $40 to $50 tag and title fee. So that's Georgia residents only. Out of state, you don't pay that. That's just because the state says I have to charge it. Anyway, guys, thank y'all for watching. I really appreciate it. Let me know in the comments what you think about this Allegro or the Tiffin brand, and feel free to smash me a thumbs up. Feel free to comment, share on social media, and please, guys, if you hadn't hit that subscribe button, subscribe to RVs with Big Bo, and like my Facebook page, RVs with Big Bo, and hit the bell notification button. Thank y'all so much for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. And stay tuned for some more videos, and look forward to seeing you here in beautiful Ringgold, Georgia.